Alright, so anyway, I wasn't recording. It's been about 2 seconds. Went on, just hit their horn again. Beep. As soon as I step out the door. But it seems like today I'm gonna be making a lot of videos. So this ain't funny. I don't know how this is gonna work. But I guess they're all on the same channel. But I just got watching a video, and something they're using sounds familiar to me. And maybe most people never heard this. Nobody would know what the fuck I'm talking about, except for the people doing it. And the only reason I know, I have to go through the whole story, but it'll be an enjoyable story. And it's not a story like Gang Stalker story. Oh, see, you're lying. No, it's because they never did anything in their lives, never took a chance. So anyway, story goes like this. Back when we was gonna jump into Haiti, during that little conflict, you look it up if you want to. But alright, so we're on lockdown, and the whole 80 seconds on lockdown, or whoever's going, but still the whole thing is in lockdown. But whoever's, I ain't gonna get into all that. So, we're gonna jump over there, and during the days they're trying to negotiate, so we was on lockdown for like a week or two, really. I can't remember the exact time, but you know, you got all your combat gear, you get everybody's ready to go, da 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 da. But at the time, they're negotiating, trying to send people over. Finally, when Jimmy Carter went over there and talked about it, I laughed because of like Jimmy Carter stuck his nose in. Where you gonna go over there talking about this shit? I mean, I know it's just some Haitians, but it's the 82nd versus some Haitians. It's not fair. But oh well, you want to act up, some of this act right. But anyway, so thing was, one of the days where we're just basically bored, because we can't go nowhere. You're not even on post. They got everything for you, in the parking lots. Like they just basically like this is a army base, but way bigger. Obviously it's Fort Bragg. They got us in the park. It's lockdowns, and they got the cooks. There's no chow hall. They just, everything's right there. Just like we got it set up to feel everything. And so we're just basically idling, sitting around, twiddling your thumbs, waiting. And so, you got a live, you got your ammo, you got everything. Like I said, everything. You get some good grenades and everything. You're just sitting there waiting for the word. Get on these birds and dip from above. But so anyway, one of the rumors was they had put, and this didn't come from top like official channel, just rumors between, just on the street soldiers, not on the street, but in the, area where locked down, that they had put sticks, sharpened wooden sticks with human shit on the drop zone, if y'all know what a drop zone is. And you just thought about it. It wasn't no big deal. But all right, so fast forward to right now, just really a couple minutes ago, I was watching one of them videos, the Blaze or whatever, and he's talking about these Marxists, right? And he's showing the video still in Seattle, and it really, they're trying to play little kid games. They're throwing water bottles, with frozen water. That shit got hurt. Seriously, think about it. It's like a brick. They're throwing frozen, and then they want, oh, we're peaceful, I'm like, fuck it. They're the dumbest. They brought water bottles to a gunfight. Use live rounds. I'm sure right now the majority of the public is like, they throwing, the mayor of Seattle don't like it, put her out there, or him on the side of the anarchist, the Marxist. That's the side he's on. Or yeah, the white dude, the mayor's head, put him on that side, or the other one, Jenny Durkin, or whoever, the white chick, all these crazy white boys, Antifa doing this crazy. This what I'm saying is the type of. That's why I think. So anyway, he pointed out you could see that they had sticks too, pointing it at them and sticking them with it. And these cops probably don't know. They thinking, I don't know. This is just my thought. Just now, just having about 10 minutes. I'm watching this video. They sticking through the lines and they sticking them with these sticks. And I'm thinking these sticks might not just be sticks. They might be, and this is what I'm saying. The only last time I heard something like that was the Haitians, because they ain't got no weapons. Here come the 82nd, the Americans, So it's gonna put us out of commission before you can even fight. It's not just you land on a stick getting impaled. Think about it. It might just be your leg when if you know how we land, and so you think it's okay. It's just a stick. You wipe it. I'm gonna walk it off. And days later, you sick as fuck because it had shit on it, and it went into your bloodstream. That's the plan. Yeah. So I'm like, that was the plan back then. But like I said, that wasn't confirmed. Some like a briefing where we got intelligence says they're not. It's oh no, it just whoever the people that go in first, S2, if they maybe they are word on the ground that and it's trickled down through the ranks. Protect yourself. Yeah, I don't know how you gonna protect, but try not to land on the fucking stick. You know, pull your left riser or something, whatever, the wind blowing. But so anyway, long story short, it just reminded me of this. I don't know. I'm trying to get word out. I don't know how it's gonna work like that. These sticks that they might be poking these officers, well, not might be, but what I'm saying might be have something on it. Who knows? And see what reminds me, yeah, these Harry Potter type dudes. But the Antifa, the white boys. See, that's what it reminds me of. They would be the type that if you watch those type of movies, again, the Dylan Roof, remember, and the first real big school shooters in the '90s, them dudes, the type that get picked on, right? That's why, like I just was talking about, and a lot of them they don't go to the guns, but what they do want to, and the females. The loser females, the white females, what do? They dress golf, they put black, wear that black shit, and it's like, basically, they just do stuff to, but they're the type that would spit in your food, that type of nasty shit. The rest of us, somebody pisses off, we either gonna get at them or we gonna let it go. We gonna fight. But they're the type, because they can't fight, the losers, they want to become witches. And, oh, we're going to get you back. Oh, put a spell. You got on my sister. You did this, they're, da, 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 da. That, the fake witches, you got the ones that really got it declared it's a religion and, this is America. Hey, I ain't got no, that's on you. Long as, just like anything, you practice to yourself. Don't try to force your religion. We won't force our religion on you. Like I said, that's me. If you don't want to, repent, that's on you, bro. Ain't no, I ain't got no problem with that. None whatsoever. I'm fully for separation, freedom of religion and from religion. You want to be an atheist? Go ahead. Thumbs up. So, anyway, but these want to be, I don't know, for real, think about it. These are the types that are out there protesting. They latched on to the Black Lives, and the Black Lives Matter is fake. The whole thing is fakes. But they saw, again, the lames, they saw a chance. Get back at everybody. And it's like, what happened to you? Well, my dad died. Okay, how was that our fault? Well, that's why I started having trouble. He died when I was 12, and I started acting up, and the other kids would make fun of me. I didn't take a bath, and, now this motherfucker 25. And mad at everybody else because he had a hard time in school, and his dad died, and nobody gave him sympathy. And, the cool kid, they had his dad died too, but he still go on. My dad died too when I was 14, da da da. Or the parents got divorced, but he took it. He didn't go do drugs and lean and Molly. They, like I said, I seen some. I asked one. He tried to make an excuse. He was mad about the Mac Miller dude or one of them, the white boy drug addicts, rappers that died. And because everybody was like, well, we really don't need him. He was a bad influence, and literally he was. He was like, well, what about our, and then they was like, what about y'all generation? One they was like, no, they didn't rap about doing drugs. We knew they were doing drugs, but they didn't rap the songs, the jams. They wasn't about doing drugs, being junkies. See what I'm saying? They Run DMC. They said it. They did drugs, but none of their songs. And like I said, I can test to a fact how literally, in grade school when they first came out. Nothing about drugs. I could tell, yeah. Didn't even know. It was really a surprise. I just saw this video last year. It was kind of surprised. I mean, you knew it. It's the 80s. They really like rock stars hanging with, So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. It did. You knew how DMC lost his voice. He said it from cancer or something, drinking too much at 40s and this and all that money. So you knew that partying too much. but they didn't to us, and it wasn't fake. They didn't show you. It's like, oh, they was no, that shit. Like I said, even the gangster rappers, they wasn't rapping about. Some of them might say, they might just mention in one song about hitting the blunt. It was really Dre who started all that chronic and all that shit. But as far as like hardcore drugs and lean and all that shit and lean and codeine and all that crazy shit, and by the 2000s being a junkie, no, it was so that's why people was like, oh, I went off on another tangent. I started off about the sticks, and now I'm talking about drugs again. So these, they didn't rap about it. That was the big. And I asked one. I said, so why you feel so, basically crybaby? Oh, of course he had what he put to him when my dad died. And I said, okay, yeah, but do you think your dad would want you doing drugs, being a junkie, listening to Mac Miller, and make it so bad? So now you're a drug addict and you're listening to drug addict music. Don't you think that puts you in a funk where you're not gonna do anything in life? And your dad wouldn't want you remembering him by getting high off codeine or heroin. Basically, it's heroin, you know. That's not honoring your dad's memory. He died when you was a teenager or whatever. He don't want you to be a fucking junkie. Hell, he'd kick your ass if he was still alive. Shit. But, oh, emotional. This disrespect. No, see, that's what we're saying. You supposed to be, if that person that dude ain't got no dad, you supposed to, you ain't being his daddy, but you being his brother. You don't even have to know him. Like, man, come on, dude. This ain't, you can't, he's a total stranger. Like, no, your dad wouldn't want this for you. I don't even have to know you or your dad. No man would want that. Hell, that probably was the happiest day of his life when you were born, and this is how you pay him back. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too damn emotional. Y'all keep trying to win with emotion. And there's nothing in history that says that. None of the books that generals study, none of those that you can buy, the Art of War says anything about being emotional. None of those books. None of those books say anything about playing victim. We'll just bring up to defeat your opponent. I'm talking like a Confucius. Confucius say, to defeat your opponent, start crying and play victim. No, it don't. I know Confucius wasn't a warrior. I'm just saying, there's no warrior, but warrior tactics where they, lay on the ground and cry. It doesn't. It doesn't say that. You can't win by playing victim. Lay on the ground and start telling stories about how your dad was killed or your dad died of a heart attack, and you just can't take it. That's how you defeat your opponent. No, bitch, it doesn't work like that. Quit listening to these hoes. That's how they win. And that only works on your husband or your dad or your brother. It don't work on strangers and other men. It's like, no, bitch, I don't know you. I help you. You need help. All right. But other than that, no, you're not playing me. It's it. But yeah, back to the stick. So I don't know. This time I don't know. It's just like, but yeah, they're the type of dudes that it's not, they're nasty spiritually, nasty. They're the type. Like I said, they're the type to spit up. They don't. When you hear those stories about dudes who spit in somebody's food, the rest of us, we'll do their food. We just gonna curse them. Fuck you, stupid bitch. What'd you say? You know nothing, cause you don't want to get fired. But you ain't doing no nasty shit like that. People joke like that. Oh, I wouldn't argue with this, da da da. But you don't argue with them because you're a decent person. But if you're the employee, you don't do no, never thought of doing. I worked in kitchens before. I never thought of doing something like that. But I never got into it with none of the customers. So, yeah, that might be the reason. Or if you're mad at the boss, you spit in people's food because you're mad at the boss. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I've never been in that situation but so yeah, what I'm saying, these are the types because they can't fight. Again, it does boil down back to the fact that they just can't fight. It really does. It's that simple. It really is. You oversimplify. Nope. It all boils down to the fact that he got smacked up in front of everybody in class. When he was a ninth grader, some nigga slapped the shit out of him. Pow! It all boils down to these are the losers in life. And they will do nasty shit because they can't get, That's why I'm like, oh well, y'all bought water bottles and sticks to a gunfight. No sympathy. I say go all at it. Shut this shit down. Shut them down. Shut these nerds. You're giving them too much power. Leeway. Stop being worried about. But I don't think they too much worried about it no more. We only got like 99 days left. Yeah, I think we finna see some action. Relax here. I got like 90 days left. It's the countdown. We'll see. Like I said, I think everybody is for full force. Y'all want to be just dirty and nasty and shit and, throw water, but it's non lethal. It's just water. Okay, well, let me, to the reporter who might say, oh, it's just water bottles, let us freeze some water and pelt them at you. We'll even let you put on full riot gear. We just gonna start pelting them at. But also, they're like in Chicago, there was in Chicago. That's where I think this video's from. They're not allowed to go out in full riot gear. She's literally having. That's why everybody's like, wouldn't be me. The cops. Like, I wouldn't do that shit. Ain't no way in hell. I quit. I'm going to another goddamn city. I'm pretty sure. Nowadays that if you quit, they're not gonna be like, well, you couldn't handle it. I'm pretty sure you can go to, especially one of them smaller towns in Illinois. They pay probably more than likely they pay more than Chicago PD. And you go to a smaller town and just get on the force or a sheriff or go be a sheriff, pay raise. Cost of living is less because you live in somewhere not in Chicago. Shit, fuck that. I'd see y'all. Wouldn't want to be. Shit, well, shit, they finna send the feds anyway, so fuck it. Peace. Peace out.